Hear ye, hear ye. It's another week, and we are just going to do what not a lot of people are doing these days, and that is drafting a team on the stream and giving analysis as we go. You know, we've been in this thing for 10 years now, original DFS people, some of the first people to really do DFS and best ball as well, and we're just going to continue on with that. What you expect from us is what you get. And that is just a lot of great analysis and great picks. And so that's what we're going to have on today's show. It's a Swolecast. Stick around.
You Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, welcome in to Swolecast. David Kitchen alongside Peter Overzet and Davis Maddox. Davis, I just have to say the vibe you have going on with the backwards hat and the hair. It's not your hair's like you got a haircut, right? Like recently.
I did.
Yeah.
I did, correct.
I
Yeah.
like it. I really like it. Like this is you.
Yeah, when the hair gets too long out of pure laziness, I never wear it down. I just keep it up because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to brush it and put product in it and stuff, which really actually does take away from the vibe of the classic Davis Maddox experience, which is long hair, backwards hat, you know, making up words. That's sort of what people have come to making up facts really is actually what people have come more to expect from me. But both work.
And words too sometimes. Pete, how's it going?
It's going good, Dave. You feel a little low energy today. A little low energy. Where's the enthusiasm?
I don't know. I'll bring the energy. I'm good. You know,
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, there's this in the corporate world, you got like meetings and stuff, and then, you know, you got to switch in. I can't be like high energy in meetings sometimes. You know, it's just like me observing that sort of thing, giving my input, sharing my wisdom, my knowledge.
Dave,
Are
I
you
don't
the kind? Do
I
you
don't
get
wanna put
off
you
like
under-
a joke in meeting
Yeah.
settings? Are you that kind of guy? You kind of just squeeze in? Like, are you the locker room guy there, the class clown, so to speak?
It depends on the meeting, but yeah, like you guys know Charlie. Sometimes he has icebreakers, and
well, sure, you gotta have the icebreaker.
And so I play into the bit. You know, I would go overboard with the questions that he asks just because I know that's the response that it needs. I'm a team player, so yeah, locker room guy, sure, that's me. Someone mentioned Traylon Burks and special teams.
Man,
That
he
sad.
is down. He literally could not be more down bad. It's really unbelievable.
Not only that, but like you don't even need like special teams guys these days like that much. Like as far as there's not even kickoffs. Even
Tell
It's more
Arthur Smith that
just
after he
punts.
backed up
Oh.
the truck for Cordero Patterson.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a lot of stuff to get into today. I mean, a ton of stuff. But before we do that, I feel like we need to kind of set the table. And what better thing to set the table than Mr. Overzet's overview?
Got that dog in her butt. Got that dog in her butt. Overjet, overview. Come on.
All right. Davis has now strung together back-to-back weeks of automatic absolute newsletter posts, or what David Kitchen would call a Joe DiMaggio level streak. Kavish would never. Kitchen, have you been inspired by Davis's back-to-back posts?
Yeah, I bet.
I don't think I'm subscribed to his post because I haven't either that or they're my spam post.
To the
I
Take
was.
That War? Come on.
I felt like I was.
All right.
But no, if I'd have gotten the email, then you better believe like Kavish would have gone out the next day. So maybe I need to be subscribed.
Yeah, a little lighthearted newsletter competition would do us all good here. Justin Jefferson finally got his contract extension to the tune of $140 million. He had been at a standstill with the Vikings up until last week when his agent caught wind of Davis Maddox selecting him over Tyreek Hill in underdog drafts. It was the only leverage they needed. It sealed the deal, knowing they had the Davis Maddox stamp of confidence there. CMC signed a 2-year, $19 million extension with the Indiana Fever. I mean, the San Francisco 49ers. Sorry, the numbers confused me there. I thought it was
mine was better. My CMC joke was better. I said he was getting Daniel Tice money, which is that's 9 layers deep in NBA Top Shot lore.
Get your own overview, Davis. It's gonna be funny when Luke McCaffrey makes more money in his career than his brother because he plays wide receiver. Pat McAfee recently apologized for calling Caitlin Clark, sorry, Dan Bach, a white bitch. He went on to say it never should have left the group chat with Harrison Butker. It's cool. It's cool that all those kickers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go Butker and Soccer Dave. There was one more layer to that joke.
Kitchen isn't in the kicker group chat. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, I mean, the discourse around her is out of control these days. I haven't seen a group of sports fans this riled up since Hit Him With the Gritty posted his BBM exposures on Twitter. This guy has 83% Chase Claypool. What the fuck? We did already hit on it, but David Kitchen waved the white flag on Treylon Burks after the team moved him to special teams. Get ready to learn Tyler Boyd, buddy. That's your new reality. The Cowboys are trying out running back Deuce Vaughn at slot wide receiver. Apparently, this has been going on for months, but it wasn't until yesterday that a beat reporter noticed he was just behind Brandon Cooks during all the drills. You just move over a little. Oh, there's Deuce. David Kitchen will be my guest on the randomizer and Best Ball After Dark this week. That's Thursday night. The plan is for him to spend 2 straight hours listing off everyone in his tree. Do you think we have enough time
to
get to it all?
No, okay. Be prepared.
Yeah, and unfortunately, still no Tuttle on the Swolecast. We are so lost without him. Come back in our lives, Tuttle. Back to you, Dave.
Back to you, Dave.
I'm down so bad, guys. I was the last one to get.
You gotta enter in another one. You're gonna have to multi-table. Go.
He can't. Can he?
Oh, I don't have any.
So you're gonna be?
You're
drafting by yourself then.
I'll multi.
It's gonna fill.
You better hurry.
I'm in.
Okay.
Wow.
But you're gonna have to tell us your other team, right?
I don't have to tell you shit. This one I get to do in the privacy of my own home.
Yeah.
I thought that you were saying that you were like every draft has to be live streamed.
No, that was last year.
Dave,
not
grow
this year.
up, bro. Come on.
I've passed that baton to Neil Orfield,
who's now going to be the oldest person to do it.
He wants to be the oldest person to ever do it.
I'm going to become the first person to fire their synapses into the sun by doing 150 puppies at once.
Okay, so I was actually looking at this, just full transparency. Still not completely in the best ball streets on Underdog, doing a lot of DK stuff still. But when you said, what was it, the sprint or what was the the sprint? I'm like, I don't even see that. Well, it's because if you go to the NFL tab, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's only on the slider, the carousel slider.
It's only in the tiles.
I've complained a lot. It's because it's technically a different contest with different rankings and then
different player IDs. Learn different player IDs, buddy.
It's great for the content providers who provide different ranking sets because then they can act like, and you get 6 different ranking sets.
Learn legendary upside,
all right,
buddy.
We are going in this draft. Davis has already made a pick. The $19 million man.
You guys are picking back to back. I did just select Daniel Theis's brother with the second pick. Pete fighting the good fight. getting
Who
Justin
would you rather
Jefferson.
have? Someone who just made $19 million or someone who just got $140 million bag?
I
Wow.
honestly, ideologically, I almost just took Justin Jefferson for the bit, but you don't get that many McCaffrey not at one
Okay,
teams.
hold on. I had the 7th overall pick, and I got to choose the RB1 with number
Already
the 7.
knew.
Davis, you use your number 2 overall pick on the RB2 or RB3.
Oh, Kitchen
with
has been
Christian
workshopping
McCaffrey.
takes. You know what, Dave? I actually don't have any problem with the basis of this take. I think you might even be directionally accurate, but you
Here's
only
my
get...
thing. Here's my thing. I think that Bijan Robinson in Atlanta is going to be used a lot like Christian McCaffrey is used in San Francisco. And not only that, he's going to have less touchdown equity or more touchdown equity than what C-Mac has in San Francisco. That's just my 2 cents on that situation.
So
I think it's a fine take, Dave. I don't have any crazy objections to that.
Clay said, "Is that because Bijan said it?" Yes, that is because Bijan said it.
Oh, I was not aware that there was like a tight end university thing happening here where Dave got like one thing that he happened to see.
No. Did you not see this? That Bijan said he was going to be used like C-Mac?
No,
They're gonna
that's
be
not
run-
that's not the kind of thing that makes it to my desk.
Really? You saw it, Pete, right?
I didn't. I actually missed that one.
Are you kidding me?
So
I'm not
I've done
kidding you.
106 drafts. I've got one Amon-Ra St. Brown team.
Wait, one?
106.
Who are you taking routinely over him?
Bijan and Brees every time.
Okay.
Brees
So,
over him?
Yeah.
So you would only get him at 1-8?
108.
109.
Yeah, 109.
109, geez.
Oh, boy.
So
I'm surprised you being the early correlation bro wouldn't want more Amon-Ra with Debo Samuel.
Yeah, the thing is if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die anyway. So I'd rather die with grown ass men. Not that St. Brown is not grown, but he's not as grown as Brees and Bijan.
All right. Davis, you go C-Mac. Pete goes JJ. I go Bijan.
Dave just drafting a cromulent team. Peter drafting a cromulent team. It's gonna be hard. It's very hard for me to roast you guys through 2 picks. No
Okay, but
mistakes yet.
here's this guy actually may make it to you. I'm kind of scared about how much Devontae Adams I have initially, and it's not slowing down.
Well, Dave, you want a fun fact?
Yeah.
There's been 4 iterations of Best Ball Mania. Guess who leads Best Ball Mania in 30-point explosions?
Devontae Adams.
Every time.
He was the guy.
Week 17, all 4 years.
East of Ethan gets Tyreek and then Devontae. It feels like unfair.
Wow,
Like
I'm doing a full FFPC boomer start here. I need to not
Get ready to learn Avalanche, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, all the wide receivers I like were gone, so I just took, and I'm gonna get bailed out anyways because I'm gonna get DJ Moore.
Dude, Kyron would have been pretty cromulent, dude. Hyper fragile, bro.
No, he would have been, and maybe I should have done it because I don't know how many opportunities I'm gonna get to have those 3 guys, but I can't get that pissed on.
Malik Neighbors goes 24th at the end of the second round. Pete, I felt like your Oversets overview was really good. The only thing you missed was some sort of Darren Waller joke.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Mm.
I had put one in my video that I'm going to have coming out this week. So maybe I was trying not to, cannibalize my own content there, but yeah, sure. It's a fair point, Dave. It's fair. Wow. What am I going to do in this spot here?
Don't you dare.
Who do you want? You want Kyron?
No, I'm not going to tell you who I want because then you'll take him.
You guys getting Kyron. I mean, Kyron was a bad pick 2 weeks ago, and now he's just like, you're slobbering to take him.
I don't think I've made this click once yet this year. I'm going to do it.
I was reverse psychologying you.
Was making that bad of a pick worth the bit?
I mean, Derrick Henry's just as good of a pick as Kyron.
No, false.
I was
The thing
hoping you would
is-
choose Derrick Henry because
No,
I
you
really
weren't.
wanted Cooper Kupp. I don't know if you guys know this.
You
but
were worried I was
Kupp
going to say
said-
Cooper?
Yeah, he said last year I just don't think he was fully healthy last year. Started off really bad. Like just looking at grinding the tape, looking at some of the highlights out there from OTAs, he looks good. And in fact, so good it kind of scares me of the Puka exposure in the first round that you have of him.
No, Cooper. Damn, Dave. I think sadly might have learned a little bit of ball while we've been away because he is again right about this.
I think the thing with those guys, we already saw when both of those guys are playing well, they can both get there.
They can
I don't
both
think
get there.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be mutually exclusive where one is the alpha. I think I kind of want them both to be good just for that entire offense.
Yeah, I don't think I'm worried about Puka, but I think Kupp should be going ahead of Metcalf, Diggs, maybe even no, Evans. I don't know. Him and Evans is pretty close.
And it's a somewhat easy stack as far as like getting Stafford later on. Like you don't have to.
I mean that is a huge benefit of that. I agree.
You're not fighting too many people on Stafford if you get both Puka and Cooper somehow.
Why did
Dylan
Dave
says
get
the
sharp?
dynamics of the show are screwed. Dave isn't supposed to know ball.
Yeah, Dave is not supposed to know ball. That's so.
Dave knows
accurate.
ball, and I'm selecting Derrick Henry. Freaky Friday, man.
Dalton Kincaid off the board early. Dalton
What?
Kincaid off the board at 37.
before McBride. Man,
So I think
Jeez.
we can safely say not everyone here knows ball.
that's a tough scene. Boy, we've got ETN goes off the board. Got Josh Allen still there. Lamar, Travis. You know what though? We're not in it just to go on to the next round. We're in to win it. So we're going George Pickens.
I don't know why. That's
I've become a little Pickens pilled over the last week or so. Easy is a big Pickens guy, and he's wrong about a lot of things, but I think he is right about George Pickens. Man, I am gonna get insanely avalanched in this draft.
Oh yeah, because you won't even take T. Higgins if he's there. He does go.
He just went.
Correct. Oh, you want to talk about getting bailed out? Kirk remaining there is a huge bailout for me. Yeah.
Gotta nab the Jags.
Wow, and I'm gonna get extra bailed out here too. Oh, I love it. I love getting lucky.
Is Xavier Worthy?
Xavier Worthy's always there at 5'2". What are you talking
Not in my drafts, buddy, because I normally take him in the fourth round.
I took him in the fourth. Jesus.
Oh boy. Oh, we got DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, and Xavier Worthy combined with C-Mac and HN for Davis.
Calvin Ridley at 5'4", because there was another goddamn training camp highlight of him today running around in shorts.
I have a
people
lot
cannot
of
help.
Ridley too. Way too much Ridley. I know that surprises
Wait,
you.
you're
guys.
telling me
Yes.
you
Yes.
like Calvin Ridley? I
He
don't
has
believe
looked
it.
so good in camp.
This is an alpha team right here. Mahomes, Kelsey, Big Dog, J. Jeff.
What's your plan, buddy? You are picking in between the biggest Rashee Rice drafter on the website. What's the plan here?
I will dare you to take Rashee Rice at pick 74.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's like I have
Do
him
it.
ranked ahead of that.
go for it.
I don't know. First off, I don't have to pick him at 74. I can pick him at 71 or 74.
Okay,
It
take
doesn't
him
matter.
at 71. Take him
I
ahead of
might.
yourself so you don't snipe yourself.
I might. I mean, what would be stopping me?
If you're trying to bait me into taking Rashee Rice at 67, good
No.
fucking luck.
What I'm saying is you got to know the room. This is like walking into the World Series of Poker and not knowing who the
don't-
fish is at your table.
I don't need the double stack when I have Kelsey and
Oh,
Mahomes. I'm not
I
panicked about it.
missed that you had Kelsey. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I wasn't take raw dog and Mahomes there.
JGFC is JGFC in this one? Because I need to make sure he's not, because he put me on life tilt last time.
Oh yeah, JGFC was blowing up all kinds of shit in our draft row.
Is that he took Stroud? Who'd he take?
No, he took Rashee Rice at like pick 65 when I already had Mahomes.
Pete, how's your other draft going right now?
It's good. I started with 5 straight wide receivers.
Oh,
having
he's
the time
pissing.
of my life.
He's pissing.
Are there any
Overflow
other
room.
guys like regulars in that
That
they're?
I don't see. I think these are just a bunch of no-name losers with no personal brand associated with them.
Tough.
Something
scene.
Davis would call the scum of the earth, essentially.
Correct.
The underdog normies that you're
Yeah,
drafting?
exactly.
The Badge Bros.
My goodness gracious! What?
Okay. What are we cooking here, Dave? Dave, you're drafting good, and it's really throwing off the equilibrium.
I'm sorry, but at least we have Pete.
You know what?
The
The mistakes you've been making have been in the latter half of drafts when you don't know the board as well and you don't know the players. So I'm feeling
God damn
optimistic.
it, Kitchen. How am I getting sniped by David Kitchen in 2024?
Yeah,
The year of our Lord.
Dave, like, is secretly, like, I think he's listening to JJ's podcast and like learning a little bit of ball.
It's devastating.
It is devastating.
I have listened to one episode of JJ's Becoming a Best Ball Bro. I think
the
from
guest?
production value, it's really good.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
He got a real host, Rich Ryan.
And that was a guy from like his Patreon.
But
chat.
Rich Ryan's like a poker guy. He's a poker journalist.
Right. But also, like, I think he may have been discovered through his Patreon. Like, Davis, in your Patreon, do you have anyone that
Poker journalist?
I have no idea, honestly. Probably not.
The only thing I will say, the only thing that kind of threw me off is in that episode, Rich Ryan said he had not drafted a team yet. Which
So he's not becoming a best ball bro.
He's getting close to it, but I
Pete,
feel like you need to.
What would you do here? Would you take Ingram to set up the correlation?
What? You taking Rashee Rice at 71 and not 74 is so absurd.
Well, because I'm fine with whoever I pick here. Really.
I'm not helping you out after taking Rashee
I just
Rice.
set up I just want to set up my Jaguars thing.
Davis, taking Evan Ingram over George Kittle at that price is just nuts. George Kittle at pick 75. What do we do?
I don't really think Kittle and McCaffrey correlate that well with one another, to be honest.
Who?
I don't think that Kittle and McCaffrey correlate with each other that well.
McCaffrey correlates with everything.
No, I really don't think he does. I think the George Kittle 3 touchdown games are like the 119-yard 1 touchdown CMC games.
But sometimes you don't need the 3 touchdown games.
I hope you're happy with the click I'm about to make because of you guys just all fucking this up.
What I'm really looking forward to is you taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Kadarius Toney in round 17 and round 18 to really tie the root together.
I'm not a panic stack slappy like you. And if I did, it would be with Sky Moore. So just relax.
No, are you kidding me?
I'm not doing any of it.
Sky Moore is not making the team.
All right, so all right. I didn't really love
No,
David Montgomery pick there, but he correlates with Debo.
No, I think that's a fine pick. I want to come back to this. I want to come back to this Kittle McCaffrey thing. For your first round pick to be the guy you need, 119 yards and 2 touchdowns, even 1 touchdown. It's not.
Sometimes you have to reframe, and you've come a long way, right? Like I think you were.
I'm actually
I'm
trying to have a serious discussion about this.
No, I am too. But you're thinking that your first round pick is the guy that you're going to need in the finals. Sometimes it's just he's just Moses getting you to the promised land, right? Like he's just the guy getting you into the gates, and then the rest of your guys.
I'm not really trying to play the ping pong theory unless I'm handcucking running backs, really.
Here's the other thing, though. The actual splits with those guys, the way the 49ers offense worked was Christian McCaffrey feasts every single week, and then it's the rotating carousel of the other 3 pass catchers joining him in the party. I am not worried about CMC being negatively correlated with any of his pass catchers.
I also just don't particularly like George Kittle for fantasy.
Well, clearly, you just took Evan fucking Ingram over him.
I mean, just as an idea, Kittle's 3 touchdown game this year was, I mean, basically like a useless McCaffrey game. 80 yards and 1 touchdown was Kittle's biggest game in 2023. Like, not saying that is indicative, but that is what I am positing, that the Kittle mega explosion game does not correlate well with a big CMC game.
Ooh,
I mean, I know you're your drafter's premier influencer, but Evan Ingram only gets half point for his reception merchant status over on Underdog.
No, I mean, look, I don't even disagree with that either. I don't think Evan Ingram is like that good of a pick either.
Well, I can't wait to take Trevor Lawrence before you because I have Brian Thomas.
Oh God. Oh, I can't have it.
Do it, Pete.
That would make Dave's day. Dave is looking to find a way to take an unstacked Caleb Williams again here.
It's a real push-pull of me trying to draft the best possible team or sticking it to Davis. It's very close how I hold those two truths.
All right. So we want to recap what we have right now.
I want you to recap while you're on the clock, Dave. I want you to go through your team while you have 26 seconds left.
All right. I got Bijan correlated with McLaurin for week 17. Montgomery correlated with Debo. Then I got just some alphas, Cooper Kupp and George Pickens. And then, hey, Jordan Addison there because you never know what's going to happen there. And then I think I'm going to go DeAndre Swift right here. All right.
I think I recovered myself from the Avalanche okay, to be honest.
Let's take a look.
Like, it's not the best, but it definitely could have been worse.
Yeah, it's not terrible. You got C-Mac and H-Han, and then you go 4 receivers. Actually, DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, and then Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. And then
I was gonna take uncorrelated Burrow there, actually.
What?
It's like 30 spots after ADP. You take Burton.
You love Burton.
Yeah.
I do love Burton because I hate T. Higgins. I want my portfolio to tilt away from T.
So it does seem like in a lot of on DK drafts I've been doing, 2 guys have been falling, and that is CJ Stroud and Joe Burrow. Both those guys have been falling a little bit. Can you explain why that would be?
Well, if someone gets Chase and Higgins, you can push Burrow forever, basically. Damn, This is a bad spot. This is where the Avalanche just absolutely kills you.
In marketing, sometimes we say if there are too many buttons on the board, you don't really have a button.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to take McConkey instead of Ingram there. Maybe even Christian Watson.
Basically, what I'm saying, Davis, is Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Like, you've got 2 buttons there, but maybe no buttons at all. If it's just Kelsey and Marquise Brown and whoever else, like. Are you not worried a little bit of what happened last year?
I literally could not be less worried. My worry meter is 0%.
Okay.
Absolute 0. Why would I be concerned about the fastest player in the NFL playing with Patrick Mahomes? I mean, in what sense?
Before the draft, I asked you about Xavier Worthy on the Chiefs, and you said, no, we don't need him. We already have McCall
Well,
Hardman.
turns out we didn't know what we needed until we had it. Yeah, Dave, take Daniels. Oh, what are you doing, Dave? Oh, Dave.
James Conner.
Dave, you're not even going to be able to get Wicks, though.
What?
You're not even going to be able to get. I promise you, Wicks is going to go, dude.
What are you sweating for, Dave?
He just took. I thought he took. I mean, he should have taken Jane Daniels. I thought he just took Jordan Love. I thought he just took Jordan Love, unstacked, uncorrelated.
Took James Conner. Week 17.
But you needed
the
Jane
Rams
there,
actually
boss.
play the Cardinals. I don't have a ton of James Conner. Like, this might be the first team I've got him all season.
Fair enough.
Are you worried about the matchup?
What
I'm
was
not,
that?
Sosa. Pete, this is a dusty run of picks you have with Deontay Johnson and Mike Williams there. What are we doing?
You got to eat your peas and carrots when you fucking take Mahomes and Kelsey.
Don't you just ideologically just want to take good players though instead of Mike Williams?
I think Mike Williams is perfectly priced in that range.
A perfectly cromulent wide receiver, some might say. See, I'm ideological, so I'm just taking AD Mitchell or Shaheed, even if they're not the peas and carrots that I need.
AD Mitchell at these prices is wild.
Okay, but don't you know that he chose number 10 because 10 wide receivers went ahead of him in the 2023 or 2024 NFL draft? Did you know that, Dave?
No. I have no clue what to do with Indianapolis again this year. It's almost like
they're going to run like the most plays in the NFL, and Anthony Richardson is going to be the guy you need in Week 17.
Right, it's almost like Richardson, and then pick a tight end later on. Like I don't know if I want any of these wide receivers at their costs with Richardson.
All right. Well, while the chat is talking about Deontay Johnson, true or false? Hunter Renfrow has a better single season touchdown season than any Deontay Johnson single season touchdown. True or false?
Am I able to draft Hunter Renfrow?
That's the point. You're not.
Man, released by the Raiders 3 months ago. Poor guy.
Why is he not a Chief, honestly? Feels like he would be like the perfect guy to like come in and just bring we can't, this worthy hamstring is worse than we thought.
Davis, I want you to feel the pain of this click. Oh, you didn't end up with Joe Burrow, did you? All right. I wanted you to feel the pain when
I mean, it still hurts, dude. Come on. What did I do
feel
to
it.
you?
Oh, you took Rashee Rice at pick 71 instead of even 74. That's really what pisses me off. It's not getting sniped. It's that you sniped yourself to prove a point.
I did snipe myself.
Plaxico in the club.
Oh, that's really funny. I said,
oh my gosh. Someone took Jerry Jeudy way too high.
Oh my God.
I was going to get him.
Wicks at 110.
Yeah.
I mean,
118, but yeah.
Wow.
Judy, I was
Judy over
both
David
guys.
Njoku there when you don't have a tight end is pretty wild. Njoku at 117 is nice.
East of Ethan, you just made yourself an enemy for life, buddy.
Fine. I'll say it right now. I will take David Njoku at pick 126 if none of you assholes do it.
Are you kidding me, dude?
This is wild. Looking at the board, Njoku's still there. Tua goes. Man, yeah, you got to scroll.
All right. There he finally goes.
I wonder if Biff's watching this stream.
Dave is cooking himself up a strange little squad here.
You say strange, I say $1 million team.
I guess the thing I never know what your plan is when you are just when you are without a rope at the 1Z positions. Like you could do anything. like you could do anything from like actually perfectly cromulating yourself to just like completely messing up.
Dave, do you want to service the audio listeners with a couple of recaps of teams? I mean, these guys don't know They know
Yeah.
Davis has Rashi Rice. They know I have Derrick
Yeah.
Henry, and I think that's all they know.
That's literally all they know.
Hold on. I'm just gonna
Hold
get
on.
Eckler. Okay. All right. So
I love this build by Dave 0650. This is so fucking funny.
Oh, it is really. I mean, that is vintage, Dave.
So the team I have right now is I've got 6 running backs, 5 receivers. So the last
6 running backs, 5. He's not leaving out quarterback and tight
No,
end. He
yeah,
just
that's
doesn't
just
have.
yeah.
He just doesn't have one.
So
Also, why is this a 6 running? I mean, I don't. Dave, what are we doing? A 6 running back team when you have a running back in the first round? What is going on?
Austin
Dave?
Eckler really puts the bow.
We
on an-
okay. We
I have
definitely
McLaurin and Bijan. You don't know what that game's gonna do.
we definitely were too quick to say that Dave knows ball. I'll just say that. We definitely jumped to conclusions there.
Oh man.
Tough, Dave. Tough. I got to
Yeah,
be honest. I don't know how you're going to land this ship.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Can I be honest for a second?
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole DraftKings underdog thing where I'm just so used to on DraftKings just going with 6 running backs and 8 receivers. Oh, I'm on the clock again. And so I don't think I needed a 6 running back there.
Dave,
for underdog.
Zeke is how you stick the landing on this team.
Dave, I swear to God, I'll never forgive you.
I keep thinking Davis has a Burrow, but he doesn't.
What
I
if
mean,
Burton
Like
is the
an
guy you need?
uncorrelated total. He can't add.
Sometimes it's not about
And then
the
Pete
correlation.
and then Pete takes Jalen Polk. All right, whatever, buddy.
I almost took Polk too because, again,
Because
grinding
you
the
need
tape.
wide receivers.
Grinding the tape. He has had a.
I
nice game.
am so annoyed with both of you, to be honest.
Good.
You know what?
Do it.
No, I was almost going to
You
take
don't.
Zeke. I was
You
almost going to take Zeke.
You don't have the balls. Do it.
Well, I realized I started running back, so it's completely unnecessary.
I hate multi-tabling, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
we need
isn't
to-
it so?
we need to
isn't it so
recap of-
freeing?
Of your other team, Pete.
Still no quarterback. I'm on the David Kitchen model there. I got what we haven't even recapped my team that's on the actual stream, and you want me to recap the
Yeah,
other?
recap
Correct.
the other because people can still see it. So we'll recap it later on.
All
We
right.
can compare
I
it.
have Aaron Jones, Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, Brian Robinson, and Zach Charbonnet at running back. I have Garrett Wilson, Brandon Ayuk, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell, Xavier Worthy, and Josh Downs, and then Kyle Schitz at tight end.
Xavier Worthy and Josh Downs. So not a serious team. Recapping Pete's team here. Or Davis, can you recap Pete's team real quick? Because I need to see who's on the board. I gotta focus real quick.
Yes, Pete has the Mahomes Kelsey stack with a running back room of Derrick Henry, Ramondre Stevenson, Chase Brown, and Blake Corum. Got Justin Jefferson at pick 6 to headline his wide receiver room. Jalen Waddle for a second wide receiver. Took a break at wide receiver, then has Brian Thomas, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, and Jalen Polk.
Did you mean to draft Ray Davis, Pete?
No, just complete accident. God jumped the queue.
You know Ray
9 picks
Davis
ahead
is
of
going to lead the
ADP.
Bills in touchdowns, Dave. I hope you know that.
I do too, Dave. Do you know that?
Oh gosh, got in right away. Whew, baby. Got Mooney with the 13th round. What a steal in this offense. Jeremy says audio listeners don't even know that a draft is occurring. I will say
Audio
Davis-
listeners and Soccer Dave both don't understand that there's been no quarterbacks selected by Soccer Dave's team. I think Dave thinks he's selected a quarterback. I think he thinks he has Jordan Love or something.
Yeah.
You know,
We've
Dave,
got
Whatever you got to do.
Listen,
What's the
what I
thought on
gotta
the
do-
Darnell Mooney pick, Kitchen?
What's that?
What's
Third
the thought
wide.
on the Darnell Mooney?
Didn't you hear him? He said second wide receiver in this offense. That's all he said. He said he's a second wide receiver in this offense. He liked it.
Well, you never know, right? And
you
so
never know.
if
It's true.
every lineup has to tell a story, and it feels like this story is that the Atlanta-Washington game just goes off in week 17.
And you don't have the quarterback, so are you really wanting it to go off?
Oh, Masterful drafts Cousins. Oh boy.
Oh man, masterful,
scene.
dude. Oh, crazy.
Okay. Well, maybe
No, I'm really
Cousins-
excited to see your plan here because you really needed Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton really tied that room together, Dave.
Jermaine Burton is just the guy that he's just an extra at the end that might get you there at the end of the season.
So why did you take him instead of a quarterback?
Davis, not everything has to live within your roster construction bubble. I'm sorry. Hate to tell you that.
Here's the deal. I once famously on this show asked you for an equity swap, and I just want the people to know that offer has been rescinded.
I just got my first quarterback in
I
Matthew
was shocked
Stafford.
when that happened.
Well, Dave, like I said, I mean, he pretended like he knew ball for 8 rounds, and then we get to round 11, and you realize that a leopard doesn't change its stripes.
Geno Smith, man, I still like Geno. I know you guys don't like Geno.
Who said
I do
that?
want to.
I don't
What's
really
that?
like Geno.
I'm fine.
Davis
with
said
Geno.
last week he doesn't like Geno.
Okay, don't lump me into those bad, just knee-jerk takes of his.
Justin
So-
Jefferson getting paid though, Davis.
Yeah.
And yet, like, I still got him in a draft last night at pick 7. To your
Mhm.
point, he that removes that red flag there. The
I
only
mean, Justin Jefferson leads the NFL since he got drafted in yards, in catches, in yards per route run. Like he's the GOAT, and you can get him at pick 4, pick 5, pick 6, pick 7. It's insane.
So, yeah, as far as that goes, I saw a hot take yesterday on X that Sam Darnold might not give up the job to JJ McCarthy because of how well he's been doing.
I'd love to see what Dave's For You page is full of, to be frank. Can you imagine what Soccer Dave's Twitter For You page is? I mean, what a cesspool of the worst takes imaginable. And Dave is just like, did you guys see this? Are you hearing this? Like, it's incredible.
It was a local beat. I will say there's one account on my For You page that I wish wasn't there. And I probably could block him, but like I always click it, and it's a morbid knowledge account.
What?
Brian Hooper said this to me. He gets like the craziest like violent stuff in his For You. I mean, I don't
never
ever
get this stuff on mine. Like, how do you guys get this weird shit?
It's hard to say. But I just never go on the For You page.
Okay. Yeah, the morbid
15th round Chig Okonkwo. I wonder what the coverage of the Scheffler arrest was like on Soccer Dave's For You page. I wonder it was a lot of people supporting the officer's stolen pants, the ruined pants.
No, heck no. It was like
your For You page is the worst meme accounts in existence. It's like all Shooter McGavin. Like that's
the worst one's what is Ian share of the exciting whites? As far as like it was everyone coming to Scotty's defense. I mean, it was
so they weren't backing the blue. Dave, the chat is wondering why Chig Okonkwo is on your roster and not Ben Sinnott.
Yeah.
Lots
of people probably wondering
I thought we needed the Washington Atlanta game to go off.
Yeah, but then I didn't get
What if you took Marcus Mariota? and played for Mariota to be starting in week 17. Have you thought about it? We just don't know.
I messed up big time. I thought Levis was still there. He's not though. So yes.
Chat, rest assured. You thought that Dave had solved the ball. The ball is not solved. The content will continue all off season.
This team is winning it all.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's winning it all with this one.
Dave absolutely sweating the Will Levis backdoor that is gone. That is not available.
Oh, 16 seconds. But I got to do
who
it, right?
took Braylon Allen? Who took Braylon Allen?
The steam
Come
is
on.
here.
Who did it though? I need
Deshaun
to know.
Watson in the 16th. I get it that I don't have anybody paired with him, but
you can get playmakers though. You can always find playmakers. Why? Okay, Star Tours. Come on, dude. Why? For what reason? You didn't need him.
who are you
I'm not.
who are you talking to?
Star Tours took Braylon Allen 30 spots ahead of ADP just to spite me.
Oh, he's looking good in camp. Again, another one of these guys.
People are
OTAs.
saying that more and more.
Did you see the report on the Indianapolis backup running back situation?
Trey Sermon. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and put it out there. I'm not letting that occupy much of my mental space right now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Man, I'm having a bad time. A lot of my favorite guys are like just expensive enough that you just can't get them in the 18th round anymore.
Live a little.
It's not really about living a little. It's
Take
about,
him in the 17th.
It's well, Dave, that's what I'm saying is that you can't even really always get them in the 17th anymore.
Like who?
Like Braylon Allen.
Or Chig.
No, I don't like that guy. So no, thank you. All right, I'll play the hits.
Whoa!
Wow.
Old Dylan. 17.2.
People are
Davis, I'm going to let you know right now. I was going to take CEH, and he got sniped.
I know you were. It's really setting up for Sky Moore to be 1% drafted in.
Why draft Sky Moore where you can get DJ Chark to your New England double stack bring back?
I mean, do you even honestly, when you make that click, are you just admitting this is not the $1.5 million team?
I would bet on not even that long of odds DJ Chark outscoring Lad McConkey there.
Well, that is a different conversation entirely. I think the things that we just said are not diametrically opposed.
I actually like DJ Chark.
No, you don't. I mean, DJ Shark is just DeMarcus Robinson. You know, he just is a veteran guy who runs 9 routes.
I mean, he's much faster than DeMarcus Robinson. Let's put some respect on his name in that regard.
Dave, what is going on, man?
Yeah, I get it. I drafted Conklin. I get it. Over Jonnu, who is correlated with Deshaun Watson. I understand.
No one really understands the thesis of this team.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have drafted Jonnu on the bring back. That's
How
the
many
one
wide receivers do you have right now, Dave? What are you up to?
enough.
Okay. What do you have? 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks now?
Yeah. A 2-6-7-2. It's a fine build.
So this is I guess what you're gonna go. Are you gonna add a 3rd tight end?
I'm not telling you.
He's not.
I pick after you. Who gives a shit?
He's not going to tell you, bro.
There are people watching this stream.
And what's sick is that this is one of the drafts where you could have really waited on McCarthy and you didn't have to take him in round 15 or whatever. And Dave has no way to capitalize on that.
Why not?
You don't have Justin Jefferson, do you?
I've got Addison.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. GG to you.
That's why I should have taken Kraft as well. Again, it was the 6 running back that kind of did me in. That's
yeah, no shit.
You think that the uncorrelated Austin Eckler 5 spots after ADP might not have been a run to the podium pick?
well, it was correlated.
Correlation can only take you so far if you're avoiding those. If you're avoiding those correlations at 2 of the 4 roster positions that you get points for.
I get it. I get it. Again, this is part of the whole learning process, but this team is not dead. In fact, it is very much alive.
No, I'm going to go ahead and pronounce the time of death, Wednesday, June 5th, 12:51 Central Time. I'm going to go ahead and call it this one.
That's what you were saying last year, Davis, when I was talking about
And I
Puka.
was right, and I ended up couldn't have been more right about how
When I talked about
dead all your teams
Puka,
were.
and when I talked about you were like making fun, and then we both advanced the same number of teams.
All right, Dave, who's your Puka? I need a round 18 wide receiver. Who we got?
You know what?
Scroll the F down. That's what
Elijah
they say.
Moore. Elijah Moore just seems like
The only option.
The-
Are you gonna just fucking type his name in, or are you just gonna scroll for eternity?
no. Davis was wanting to know. I don't need a guy. I need a boy, man. Should I take JJ or Jonnu?
JJ.
I think it's probably more of a 3 tight end team than 3 quarterback.
Well,
team.
yeah, that's true.
It's
Are you
both,
sure?
but you
It's
gotta
both.
choose one.
Okay. Justin Fields. I do have George Pickens on the.
I
on the
do.
team.
I do love the weekly ritual of Dave just lighting $25 US on fire with $2 left in his account. It's so funny.
the walk of shame to reload each week.
To reload after drafting a team with no one
because I can't. If I put money, so this is like when I was saying at the beginning when I saw all these.
Make my
when I
wide
saw they
receiver
had the
pick in round
sprint,
18.
The super flex, all these other tournaments. I'm like, well, shoot, I want to play all those. And I'm like, no, I can't. Like, but I want to. They've got a lot of good tournaments that I did not know that they had. Show the board, please. All right.
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is Hyatt, but it's just like he's going to,
Traylon
very-
Burks, double bring back.
It's not very scroll the F down of me
It
to take Jalen Hyatt there,
Okay.
but whatever.
I like to invite, before we recap the teams, I'd like to invite producer Sosa onto the program.
He gave you a secret mission.
Hello.
Yes.
No, I didn't give him a mission. He gave himself a mission. He did tell me before the show to keep it a secret, and he let me know. Let me see exactly what it was. I don't want to say the wrong thing. He said he's going to only draft quarterbacks and tight ends in the last 6 rounds.
Okay.
There you go.
Which is why what was happening was happening.
Which is
Yeah,
why
but-
I messed up on the Eckler.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like we had this conversation in our private chat. And we're like, all right, we'll do a real draft this week. We'll do the challenge drafts in a couple of weeks. And then Kitchen, like Kool-Aid Man, comes in. He's like, so I'm going to do a secret challenge.
Super secret, early.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, amazing.
But I mean,
it's gonna take it all down though.
yeah, like what if it does? What if it does?
I
And
mean,
you
Dave,
just-
you
you
have
just
a
don't
1 in
know.
1 in 600,000 chance. So why not? Why not you?
yeah. Unfortunately, I did not accomplish a secret mission because there are 18 rounds and not 20 rounds like there is on DK.
Oh, your mission was wrong because
Right.
you
right.
Because you forgot which site you were drafting on?
Apparently that is important. The
Bitchin'.
chat pointing out, yes. Speaking of the chat, I appreciate all the comments. Also, we're over 6K subs now, which is insane to think about.
The road to 10,000 that started 3 years ago might actually there is an end in sight.
2028 is going to be so nice.
What were we at when we started the road to 10K subscriber wise?
Like 4,000 something.
No, we were less than 4K. It was like it was like 3.
I think it was like 4,400.
No. Jeez.
Sosa's dog agreed with me.
Underdog. That's a Pomeranian. It was like 3,500.
There being a Swolecast branded account in this called Fake Sharp is like pretty funny.
Tyler saying great draft king. No one does it better than Kitchen.
Slay.
So, once again,
the
underdog's fault. Yeah, go ahead. Are we going to roast each other?
The worst team I've drafted all year was this multi-table team while drafting. I fucking hate it. Because
can you explain this to me? Why do you not like
why I drafted a bad team?
No, why multi-tabling is hard for you?
Davis.
I do not get one over on you.
So fucking pissed right now.
I don't get one over on Peter all that often, so it feels really good when I do.
Davis would be like, this would be like you saying, why is it so hard for you to host a show while responding to 19 other group chats at the same time? It's like, I could do that, Davis, but the main thing I'm doing would take a major hit in quality. Fucking asshole.
Because to Davis, in the priority, everything has a priority. For Davis, the Swolecast, even during the Swolecast, is like third in priority.
That's honestly, that's not true. People have been so into these shows that I've been like locked in doing them. I'm getting like the most feedback we've ever gotten about people enjoying these shows, like the last like 4 that we've done.
No, I was listening to you do. I'm not discrediting that point, but I was listening to you do your show with Brick on the TakeCast Premium show. Subscribe now to get that. And like Brick would say something. You guys are having like an in-depth conversation about like politics, like pretty serious issues. And I listened to Davis. I can see his brain doing something else, have the slow delay, catching up to what Brian says and saying, yeah, remembering like 2 of the words he said, and then trying to respond to it.
I wasn't even drafting during that. It's hard that conversation was hard with Brick because he wasn't really wanting to argue, which is kind of the basis of those programs. So it was hard. And also like Brian, let's just be honest, he's smarter than me. So sometimes I do actually have to think through what he said, especially if I disagree with it.
So you're saying you give Brian your full undivided attention, but when you and I do the TakeCast about Huberman, you're able to do 19 other things at once?
It really just depends on what's on my table. It just depends. It depends on the vibe, dude. It really does.
Davis, I was a little bit surprised that you have come to Caitlin Clark's defense so much.
I am an unironic enjoyer of women's basketball right now. I'm enjoying it. I've decided to toss my lots with Caitlin. I actually just bought this very cool like our bespoke Pacers themed Caitlin Clark jersey. It's very cool. I actually can't wait to wear it.
Because you're such a man that you would not actually ever wear a Fever jersey.
No, they just look really cool. The Fever jerseys were made by Fanatics, the bullshit company. So I didn't want to buy one of those. Like it shows up to your house and it's just all messed up.
I will say, so my oldest daughter, she's at basketball camp this week, and they had like Jersey Day yesterday, and there were so many like Caitlin Clark jerseys and just like other WNBA jerseys. And I was thinking,
it's very cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about like to her because like we went shoe shopping the other day, and they've got like the Sabrina ones, right? Caitlin Clark is also going to come out with her own shoe.
Yeah,
and it seems like when I was growing up in the 90s with Jordan, that's kind of how these girls are growing up with Caitlin and Sabrina and these other girls.
So that's actually such the funny thing is that's like low key Sabrina is way better than Caitlin. Like she's like insanely good, and she was popular at Oregon, but never to the degree that Caitlin is. Even though like especially right now, she's a better player.
Was she that good right off the rip? Was she putting up numbers right?
She was better. She also went to a better team, but yeah, she was better right off the rip than Caitlin is right now. I mean, Caitlin's
and Sabrina, her senior year was the year that got shut down
by COVID. Yeah,
their team would have won the national championship most likely.
Yes. Yeah. Sabrina, let's see. This is actually a good. What were her averages rookie year? She only got to play 3 games because of COVID. So her real debut year, 11 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. So like obviously like a little bit lower scoring, but like a more complete player. Yeah. Sabrina's better right now.
Yeah,
it is
100%. I mean, she almost beat Steph in the 3-point competition.
Yes.
From the NBA line, not even the WNBA line.
Yeah.
And you got Juju Watkins coming up. So anyways, yeah. Women's basketball.
You want to get into Make America Great Again chatter. The reaction to Juju Watkins being better than Caitlin, especially I think when she goes to the WNBA, is going to be very interesting. I wonder. Well, and I wonder, look, like let's be honest, there's definitely a racial element to the Caitlin versus WNBA vets thing. And that is not going to be there with Juju. So that is also pretty interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, what's the Tony Kornheiser show? Why can't I think of it right now?
Pardon the interruption.
With Wilbon. Yeah. I think Wilbon made a very astute, just calling it like it is. Like there is someone people identify with, just like, he identifies with like a black NHL player. There are people that identify with a white American
definitely
that plays basketball, because right now there's not one really in the NBA. I mean, you get like European and Luka.
Yeah, there is a little bit of European xenophobia that is so funny. Like Luka Doncic just looks like a University of Arkansas frat guy, but because he is Slovenian, there is like that lack of.
Well, even those guys like Shaq and Barkley don't want to like cape for Jokic either. They're always subtle digs at him.
Gosh, I went down a rabbit hole of watching the bloopers and highlights of Inside the NBA for like a whole night and just laughing the whole time. It really is like the Swolecast of NBA.
People are saying that. Yeah,
that's right. All right, let's roast some teams.
I got to get going here too.
Okay, can you just hurry up and roast a team, please?
Yeah. Can we mix it up? Who we're roasting this time?
You can roast mine.
All right. Did I do yours? Who did I do last time? Dave?
You did Dave's. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me get this pulled up here. So, all right. Just an absolute shit show here from Davis this week. I mean, just like bad logic compounding into just worse and worse decisions. He takes Devon Achane at 23, despite him, regularly falling into the 3rd round, and then goes, oh no, I'm going to be in a wide receiver avalanche, in which case Leone whispered some sweet nothings into his ear about Christian Kirk at pick 47. Davis then said, thank you for bailing me out by taking Xavier Worthy at pick 50, even though Xavier Worthy is there at pick 50 in every single goddamn draft.
Not in mine. Not in mine.
Then Davis tried to get in a bidding war with himself with Rashi Rice. He's like, no, I'll take him at 74. No, I'll take him at 71. Congratulations, Davis. You got him a round and a half ahead of ADP. Then takes Evan Ingram over George Kittle for the reason being I need to set up my Trevor Lawrence backdoor stack there. Takes Tony Pollard because we're still building out week 17 game stacks here in our first 8 rounds. Then takes Caleb Williams ahead of ADP because Davis is just such a stack slappy. He can't even envision leaving the first 10 rounds without having all of his players.
I can't. It gives me legitimate cold sweats to think about not having a stack done by round 10.
And then you see the compounding issues here. Then you take Gabe Davis ahead of ADP. I'm surprised you didn't just take Trevor Lawrence there first and not risk it. Roman Wilson at 143. I have nothing bad to say about that pick when you're getting buried by a wide receiver avalanche. Cole Kmet at 146. You got to get that backdoor double.
It's more of a stack slappy. It's I don't even like Cole Kmet, but I'm just such a slappy. I can't help
that
it.
pick is fine. Antonio Gibson on brand. Noah Fant, despite being on record of not liking Geno Smith so much that David Kitchen knows about it. Jalen McMillan because of like one tweet that was like, Jalen's at practice. Dylan Lowby because he went on a fucking podcast. He's not even draftable. And then Jalen Hyatt because he asked me who to pick.
All right. Is it my turn to go? I'll roast.
Yeah, you can roast
Pete-
Peter's team.
Yeah, Pete's team honestly started out pretty nice with Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, and then Derrick Henry the third round. And as if he didn't get enough old guys, he goes Travis Kelce in the fourth round, then Mahomes, then Brian Thomas and Deontay Johnson, and then Ramondre Stevenson in the eighth. And this is where things get weird. Literally, probably one starter the rest of his draft. Mike Williams, he gets backups Chase Brown and backup Blake Corum. Goes with Jalen Polk, which I think is probably the one starter. And then backup Ray Davis, the corpse of Hunter Henry, backup Luke McCaffrey, Drake May, who might not even start one game this season, DJ Shark,
Might not even start one game.
and Rondell Moore. But if you look at this team,
Where are all the starters in the double-digit rounds? Can you start showing me those?
yeah, no, there are lots of guys that would, if you look at my team, there are lots of guys that would start in double-digit rounds, like the last 6 guys that I have on my team. But that's okay. You know, there are alpha teams and there are beta teams, and we just thank Peter for playing.
All right, so Soccer Dave, he came into the room and we really thought he knew ball. Starts off Bijan Robinson, Deebo Samuel, amazing pairing. Gives some pretty solid logic as to why Cooper Kupp is a fine pick at 31. He's luring us in. He goes to George Pickens at 42. He's like, he had 60 points last year in week 16. We're like, oh my God, Dave might know ball. He correlates his first round pick and his 5th round pick at ADP with Terry McLaurin. We're like, oh man, Dave. He takes the young second-year wide receiver that snipes Peter Overzet and Jordan Addison. We're like, oh man, Dave knows ball. He takes David Montgomery at pick 79, correlates with his 2nd round pick, and we're like, wow, the show might not be good anymore. We might not have a show anymore because then it just becomes it's just a continuation of Best Ball Breakfast. If it's just 3 people who are drafting and they know what they're doing, then it starts to sneak in because he goes DeAndre Swift at pick 90, and we're like, Dave, are we sure? You know, there are quarterbacks on the board that complete this snack. DeAndre Swift, not a particularly good pick. It wasn't good last year on a good team. Are we sure he's going to be good this year? Then he has multiple quarterbacks in the queue, and he selects James Conner at pick 103, and we're pulling our
correlating
hair out,
my Rams stack, bro.
We're starting to question things. We're starting to say something does not smell right here. He comes back round 10 and takes an uncorrelated Tajay Spears with no knees, and we're Brian Windhorst memeing. We're going. Something is not right here because he's got no quarterback. He's got no tight end. Then for no reason, he selects Austin Eckler 6 spots after ADP. He now has one of the oldest, creakiest. I mean, how many knees are even on this team? How many knees are in this running back room, Dave? And then he says, you know what? If I'm going to draft a shitty team, at least I can make Davis mad. Uncorrelated Jermaine Burton at pick 138.
Best pick of the draft.
Just no reason for it. Just a big old middle finger to me.
Pete's got to go. You got to speed this up.
He offers the logic of Darnell Mooney. I like that offense. Takes Darnell Mooney ahead of ADP. Sure, why not? We all realize at this point he has a secret mission that we all agreed we were not doing this week, and ends the draft with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, a totally uncorrelated Chigakonkwo, a completely uncorrelated Deshaun Watson.
He calls that a Tuesday.
And then chooses to not take Elijah Moore or any other Browns player and goes uncorrelated, unstacked Tyler Conklin. And then even though he had a correlated piece lined up, he takes Justin Fields for no reason.
This is going to be a fun one to look back on.
No, Davis, you know how there's that straw man like in the best ball niche space where they'll be like, these week 17 bros, like they're always reaching for correlation and like sacrificing other things. And it's like such a straw man. It's not when we're talking about David Kitchen.
No,
David Kitchen
no.
is who they're talking about.
Calm
I-
down. The guy
gotta
who
go.
drafted the Patriots and Derrick Henry.
Correct.
get your idea. It's like,
Correct.
all right. So maybe that's the show. Maybe that's where I just continue to cook, and Pete turns into to Soccer Dave, becoming Soccer Dave. This Swolecast, summer 2024. Davis, final thoughts.
Everyone, thanks for listening, and make sure you're checking out Automatic Absolutes, and there should be a new episode of Cavish coming soon. I've heard as well.
Gosh, wait till you guys see what's in store. I'll be on Pete's randomizer stream tomorrow night. I don't know why. He asked me first. I said, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm going to be out of town. Then he asked me again. So he really wants me for his show. I'm not going to tell him no like that. So with that being said, we'll see you next week here on the Swolecast on RotoGrinders.com. Peace.